For most of human history, political dominance relied on physical mass. You built a taller wall, minted more gold, or raised a larger army. Today, that visible, heavy dominance is being replaced by invisible, algorithmic influence. Political scientists classify that traditional, coercive approach as hard power. It relies on military strength or economic sanctions to force an opponent into a specific outcome. You comply because you have to. The alternative is soft power. This is the ability to get what you want through cultural attraction, shared values, and subtle persuasion. People align with you because they actively want to, not because they are forced. Superpowers frequently use hard power to establish initial dominance, but surviving in the long term requires a foundation of soft power. Without a culture that people want to buy into, a ruling authority eventually collapses under its own friction. Donald Trump's brand historically operated on loud, blunt force hard power. In business and politics, he dictates terms, leverages wealth, and openly strong-arms opponents. Over a decade in politics, that aggressive strategy systematically pushed away the institutions that typically generate soft power for an administration. Ties frayed with academia, the Hollywood entertainment complex, and traditional international allies. By the 2024 election cycle, this created a massive liability. This chart shows historical voter support across age brackets, and right here you can see a severe deficit forming among young voters aged 18 to 29. The campaign strategy involved a shift toward platforms young men actually used. Barron began advising his father on a specific digital ecosystem, podcasters and influencers with direct access to these digital subcultures. That teenager was Barron Trump. By the end of the race, major outlets credited this influencer strategy as a key factor in Donald Trump's eventual victory. Barron's focus on these digital communities provided the family with a specific kind of cultural reach they had previously lacked. Fast forward to 2026, and Barron is a 20-year-old student at NYU's Stern School of Business, navigating the quiet life of an elite New York undergraduate. People close to him describe an old soul demeanor. Raised heavily by his mother and grandparents, his early life was shaped by his Slovenian roots, resulting in a quiet, measured, and highly polite personality. Yet his political strategy relied on the exact opposite environment. He directed the presidential campaign straight into the chaotic, hyper-masculine corners of the internet, often referred to as the manosphere. Instead of fighting for soundbites on evening television, he routed his father through high-retention influencers. 3-hour podcast appearances offered long-form, unfiltered access to an audience that completely ignored traditional media. By folding in alternative comedians and lifestyle streamers, he cast a net that captured nearly the entire ecosystem of Gen Z male internet users. Co-opting these digital communities is a demonstration of modern soft power. He took a fragmented, highly skeptical subculture, spoke to it on its own terms, and unified it into a highly effective political asset. That political capital quickly translated into personal economic capital. Today, Barron's individual financial footprint is estimated to be worth around $150 million. He built this empire by stepping away from the physical real estate assets his family is famous for. Instead, he moved directly into decentralized finance, or DeFi, a financial system that operates on digital ledgers rather than through traditional banks. This Bitcoin represents the kind of alternative currency assets Barron focused on. He stepped in as a DeFi visionary for the World Liberty Financial crypto venture, a role specifically designed to give him operational business experience. He also expanded into the lifestyle beverage market, stepping in as a founding partner of Salos, a brand selling caffeinated South American yerba mate tea out of Florida. These specific ventures align perfectly with the tastes, habits, and aesthetics of the young male demographic he successfully mobilized for the election. He is monetizing the exact soft power network he built. By turning his political audience into a consumer base, he created a self-sustaining loop where cultural influence directly feeds financial growth. By 2026, these digital strategies have successfully modernized his family's political standing, proving that internet literacy can swing national elections. But internet-based soft power is incredibly volatile. Algorithmic crowds are decentralized by nature, making them nearly impossible to control or predict once they gain momentum. The press recently highlighted a specific, ironic backlash. When international conflicts escalated, the same internet audience Barron cultivated launched a viral, satirical campaign demanding the military draft Barron and send the 20-year-old billionaire to the front lines. Digital soft power scales massively, but it is inherently unstable. an online audience can turn on its creator the second the joke shifts direction. Looking at this split timeline, you can see two completely different strategies. The 1980s playbook required physical real estate and loud broadcast media. The 2020s playbook relies on decentralized crypto, podcast appearances, and quiet, algorithmic influence. This generational shift substitutes the need to project blunt force authority with the silent orchestration of internet culture. Barron Trump represents a prototype for a modern political heir. He has demonstrated that 21st century dynasties can be sustained by managing digital networks and alternative economies rather than building skyscrapers.